How are you all doing today? My name is Nicole and I am your yoga instructor with Healing on the Mat. As always, if you like what you see here, please like, share, subscribe, and follow. And share it out to a friend. Let somebody know, but please join in. Remember that I am a yoga instructor that is more focused on your mental health than anything else. And so we want to stay grounded. We want to stay aware. We want to stay in tune with our bodies. But I also want you to understand mental health and how to tackle it. And right now I am taking a course on wellness counseling, and I don't have clients. So I am creating you all as the clients. We are going to learn together and grow together. And you don't have to have a physical client right in front of you to have someone that you can help learn the process and the ropes of how to tackle their mental health and how to become better at overcoming problems and jumping hurdles effortlessly. And so right now we are learning about social behavior cognitive theory, and that is a triangle. And the 3 points of the triangle are the person, the cognition, and then there is the behavior, and then there is the environment. And for me, that ties back to the mind, body, and soul. So when you look at the person, it is how their cognition works, what their feelings are, what their beliefs are, what their mindset is, where are they, what trauma have they endured to think the way that they think, and how do they overcome that trauma in order to grow, right? Remember that the mind can reproduce new thoughts. Those neurons can send new signals in order for you to learn better. So there is the mind aspect of it. What is your mind telling you? What are you feeling today? How is your mind speaking about situations and circumstances? I've recently had a situation where I had to retrain my mind to know that just because the door is shut does not mean that I am not still progressing in the right direction. And then there is behavior. How do you move? How do you operate? Or when you're operating, how does your body operate? And when you're observing somebody else, how is their body operating, right? Because we can say a thing, but a lot of times our actions speak much louder than our words. And so when you observe a person in conversation, if they say that they're confident, but do they drop their head down low? Do they fidget? Do they tend not to look you in your eyes to show that security that they speak of? That is behavior. And so your body, are you aware of your body? Are you aware of how you're moving from day to day? Are you aware of those small social cues that your body can give off that speak something totally different to what you're saying? Or does it align and it's not positive, it's not high vibrating, it's not focused, and it's not moving in a surety and confidence that we want? And then there is environment. And environment are those outside factors that can play a role. So when you get ready to have difficult conversations, is the environment hectic? Is it stressful? Is it loud? Is it chaotic? And it causes your mind and your body to act differently than it other would because of all of the outside factors. Are you distracted? So that leads to the soul. What is happening to your soul? What is it focused on internally? Remember, there's that high vibration and that low vibration. So is your soul giving off high vibrations, or is it creating a hectic environment and a hectic mental state that doesn't allow everything to flow together and regulate and be positive? Which is why I have this fireplace going in the background, because sensory can play a very huge role in us organizing and making all of these things hone together. So today we're just going to take about 20 minutes to focus on a practice that is centered around triangle pose. That's also why I have this ambient color in the background, because it's earthy, it's grounding. And in triangle pose, we need to kind of have that earthy groundedness in order to make sure that we stabilize our body, that we have long limbs, that we extend as far as we can, and that we really ground and settle our hips so that we can focus on the mind, body, and soul. So get your mats, get your blocks, and meet me back in just a few. If you need to pause the video, then do so, and we'll jump back into our practice. I want everybody to start in child's pose. I want you to extend those arms out long and just let your spine rest as you ground your hips into your feet and focus. You want to try to bring that forehead into the mat. And if you need your block to do so, that's perfectly fine. But you want to elongate that spine, let everything relax, and focus on the mind. Focus on the cognitive. Focus on what your thoughts are today. Focus on how you act in social situations. But also remember that we are here to shed the negative. We are here to let go of angst and stress. And so as you release that spine and ground that forehead, remember that we're focusing on the positive today. We're focusing on how you thrive in social interactions, in the personal conversation that you have with yourself, in the mind. Just take a moment to breathe. Allow the body to relax. And I want you to swing that right hand back to your feet, stretch out the left, and become mindful of your breath as we continue to move forward. Inhale through the nose. Exhale gently through the mouth. Now, if you need to take heavy breaths, please feel free. Remember, this is a safe space for you with your practice. But I want you to focus on the softness here. Inhale. Exhale, a very slow and steady breath. You're lightening the load and the stress of the world, of the body. One more time. Bring that right hand back to the top. Swing the left out. Same 3 breaths. Inhale. Remember that as you exhale, you are letting things go. Tension, worry, angst. But slow and steady wins the race. Bring that left hand back to the top of the mat. And now I want you to interlock those fingers. Lift the hips, drop that head through, ground it, and breathe. As you exhale, empty out the belly. Release the tension in the lower abdomen and the pelvic floor. Let the hips relax. One more time. Now drop those hands down. We're going to walk out into a low plank. If you need to stay right here, then stay right here as we walk out. But if you can, I want you to bring those elbows up and drop that head back through again if you can. Three breaths. If you need to, bring those hands back down, knees back in, draw back into child's pose one more time. We're going to work in breaths of 3s throughout this whole practice. Good job, everybody. Come up to tabletop. Flat back. You're going to inhale cow, exhale cat 3 times. Inhale. Release that spine. Now we're starting to focus on the body. The behavior. What are you holding on to in your body? What tension is being caused because that mind is not regulated? Back to the center. Swing that right leg to the top of the mat. Lift, extend, and swing. Bring that right hand to the right side of your foot and lift up into triangle pose. If you need your blocks, this is a safe place to grab them. You're going to have them right here. However, if you have a little more strength, a little more flexibility, you can eliminate the blocks and bring those hands down to the ground. Tuck that chin. Try to keep those feet flat and align. 3 breaths. Try to have a full extension on the spine and the right leg. If you need to bend that back leg just a little, it's fine too. And 3. Stabilize yourself. Now, if you still need to hold on to the blocks, we're going to take another 3 breaths. If you can bring those hands and interlock them behind your back, extending up, plowing that chest open. Keep the stability. 3 breaths. You might need to bend that right foot, just a little bit. That's okay. And drop the hands down. Very good. Walk those hands to the center. Plant those feet strong. Right now we're going to keep a flat back and look up toward the front of the room. Keep breathing. You want that spine as long as possible. Ground those feet. Again, if you need your blocks, you're going to be somewhere right about here. 3 breaths. Pay attention to your glute connectors if they feel tense or tight. Remember that breath is gentle. Let it guide you. Release any stress in the belly as you exhale. And now we're going to fall down just a little bit more. Extending that spine just a little bit more. 3 breaths. Grab at the elbows if you can. Now you can stay there, grab those blocks again if you can, interlock those hands behind the flat back and plow up again. Open that chest, relax the spine. Remember that breath is strong and deep, but the exhale relaxes and releases. And bring the hands back down. We're gonna pivot, keep walking, and twist back into triangle pose on the left. If you need to bring that right foot in some, that is perfectly okay. If you need to fold and bend at the front knee on the left, that is fine. Try to keep a full triangle pose. Breathe. Lift that chin up, look straight ahead. Release the belly. Tuck that chin, bring the hands behind the back. Get ready to plow. 3 breaths. This is strength. Remember, we're grounding ourselves. We gain that strength so that in any social setting, we are thriving at our highest selves. When we're networking, we are present. We are available. We are our whole selves. Bring those hands down. And drop that right knee down. We're going to swing that left leg out. Up and around. Very good. Back down to that child's pose as you take a quick break. Networking is not my forte. I don't like it, but in an environment like this, we need to. That is how we find our connections. That is how we find our tribe. That is how we find our people. And what is for us will gravitate to us the more grounded that we are. So you use this practice as a grounding mechanism to learn others' energy, to pick up on the good vibes, to understand where you fit in and where you just need to observe and grow and learn. And you settle the soul and the mind so that the body reciprocates, so that your actions play out accordingly to what serves you, to what benefits you, to those who need your help, your guidance, your resources, your network. We are all here as community. Remember that as you settle in ease back into the next phase of your practice, back up to tabletop. Plant those hands strong. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat 3 times. Inhale. Inhale. One more time. Swing that left leg out back to the top of the mat. Inhale and swing and get ready. Curl that back right foot and push up into triangle pose again. Again, if you need to lunge a little into that left leg, that is perfectly fine. But we want full, strong angles here. That is your confidence. That is your surrender. That is your strength. Plant that left leg, hand strong, And if you need your blocks, remember to grab them. Extend that right hand to the top of the sky. Ground it, open up that spine, twist and rotate. Strength, if you even need to grab that ankle, that's okay. Breathe. Look up to the sky where your help comes from, where nourishment, water, sunlight is supplied. Keep breathing. Switch that right hand out. Grab the block, the mat, or that ankle and rotate to the left. As you can see, I'm not perfect. I got a little lean in that lunge. We'll all get there. Remember the breath. It connects everything together. Bring it back down and to the center. Plant that left hand, right hand up to the sky. Look up, 3 breaths. Breathe. Twist that spine. This is a standing torso twist. Essentially, keep that triangle pose strong. As we continue to connect and balance and align the mind, body, and soul, extend. We also balance so that our mind is renewed and sharpened for any situation. Our behavior is appropriate in every situation. We conquer and we move with grace and abundance and fullness so that that soul, bring it down, is continuously settled. Pivot and walk those hands twisting out to the right. If you need to bring that left foot in some, that's okay. Strong angles as we plant that left hand on the ground or to the ankle or with a block. I'll use a block just as an example. I like my ankle better. 3 breaths. You want a bit of a challenge, but don't push yourself further than you can. Bring that right hand down and the left hand extends to the sky. Open up, breathe. Very good. All the way down. Plant those hands strong and drop that left knee down. Swing that right back and around and down. Very good. Keep the connection. Walk those hands out. Remember, the soul is a part of your environment. And as you get better at this, you learn how to regulate your environment. So even in those networking situations, even in those social settings, you learn that when there is animosity, when there is anger, when there is angst amongst the other person, you have a grounded, settled mind and body so that that soul can change the situation. It has learned and it will learn how to navigate, how to maneuver so that it is always in control. That doesn't make us controlling. That means that we are in control of our environment, of our behavior, of our mind, of regulating our soul. And that regulation extends out to other people with grace, with acceptance, with non-judgment, with understanding, with patience, with ease, with kindness, with compassion. Those things are needed for the world that we are to exist in right now. You know it's needed. I know it's needed. And slowly rise back up to tabletop. And as we get ready to try to finish out our practice, we're going to practice that straddle pose. So come up, extend those legs out wide. This is your seated triangle position or straddle pose, as we would say. And you're just going to slowly sway from left to right, right to left, sorry. And all the way down to the left. Remember that gravitropism, phototropism, the bottom half of your body is very grounded, it's rooted, it's secure. That is gravitropism. That upper half is going to rise up and lean over, extending all the way out. Longer, growing up toward the sunlight, extending, reaching, prevailing, lengthening. And all that length, all that strength in the spine, all that release in the spine helps that vagus nerve to process more, to function better, so that that cognition is better. It is stronger. It is wiser. Out to the right. If you need a few back and forth. Remember, this gets water in the body moving and flowing and out. But yes, we want that vagus nerve strong so that those neurotransmitters keep cycling in new information, unharmed, untraumatized information. And back up and down to the center. You don't forget to breathe just because I'm talking to you. Don't forget to breathe. And if your body gets tense and stiff, please know I am there with you. Some days I can get my nose all the way down to the ground. Some days it's a struggle. We relax that mind. We stretch that spine and we breathe. And if you come back for a yin class, this is where we just sit and allow the body space to relax. And back up. I like everybody to turn those legs out and lay flat on your back. Take all of that in. Allow your body to feel looser, to feel stronger. And remember what this practice was about. Mind, body, and soul. That mind can learn new behaviors. It can learn not to be angry. It can learn not to be stressed. It can learn and understand that it is securely taken care of. That there are resources at its abundance. And that body can be strengthened. And honestly, a strong body can help to assist and aid in producing a stronger mind. So exercising, working out, eating healthy creates and produces a strong body that is more aware. You just paid attention to your body. You taught it how to twist and turn and how to be grounded. You taught your body how to stay stable and secure through your breath. And in that, you settled your soul. And as you leave today's practice, if there is one thing that I want you to focus on throughout the day and the rest of the week, it is, what do you need to settle your soul? Do you need boundaries? Do you need to be in your word more? Do you need to have more affirmations that you repeat to yourself as a mantra? Do you need to be around uplifting people? Do you need to increase your network? What do you need to do in order to settle your soul? You may even need to spend time in nature. But as you bring that peacefully together, your body should feel alive, alert, and aware. Now, we always end with a hug. So I want you to bring those feet together, place those hands down to the side and push up. Now we're going to grab onto the back of our knees, our thighs, and we're going to try to balance. If you can't balance, then just place your hands down to the side and see if you can extend those feet. This is a V-up, which looks like an upside down triangle. If you're stronger and you have the strength, I want you to balance and extend those legs. Now, when you feel like you have the strength to let go, see if you can hold that core strong. 3 breaths. This is your hug to your body. 2. And 3. And down. Thank you all so much for joining me again. If you like what you saw today, remember that this is Healing on the Mat. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow. And I hope to see you all on the flip side. Keep breathing, keep inhaling life, Keep exhaling all that hard shit. And until next time, I'll see you on the flip side.